Hey photographers, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Michelle and I make videos all about creating a photography business that you love. And if you're not new here, thank you for clicking on today's video. I'm so excited about it. Today we're talking about all the different vendors and companies that I use to run my photography business. So if you're interested on who I use for print labs, who I use for digital galleries, all the things, I am spilling the tea today. And just a quick reminder, if you haven't already looked into it, I do have one-on-one mentoring open spots available at the time of this recording. If you're interested in working with me and you really want someone to just give you the next steps of what you can do to move your business forward, or maybe you're a hobbyist photographer and you really want to get into photography as a business but you're not sure where to start, I would love to help you. First, I want to make sure we're a good fit. So what I need you to do is there's a link down in the description box below, and it's just a questionnaire that I would like you to fill out, and it helps me get to know where you're at now and where you'd like to be. And if I feel like I could be a good fit to help you get to your goals, we will move forward from there. And if the spots are full at the time that you actually fill out the questionnaire, you'll just be put on a waiting list and we'll let you know if that's the case. Now, let's get into the video. Okay, I'm gonna start off with the most basic tool, and that's my editing software, of course. I use Photoshop and Lightroom, and I just do the Adobe Cloud Suite. So I just do the monthly payments. I know in the long run it would be cheaper to buy the software, but you guys probably know if you have a Mac or any Adobe products, they always have upgrades and there's always a limit to what your software or your computer can hold before they won't let you upgrade anymore. So I just do the monthly payment. They're full programs, they work great, love them both. Okay, next for digital galleries. So this is where I upload my images to a gallery, I send a link to my client and they can download the images. And it was really important for me that they had the option to download the full resolution images. So I use Shootproof. I'll link all the stuff below that you guys can check out, of course, but I love Shootproof. There's lots of good galleries out there. I just think Shootproof has a really user-friendly system. It's beautifully laid out for the clients. You can add a print shop if you want. And so it has lots of really good options, has mobile app options that I really like. And so I've used them for a couple of years now and I really enjoy them. No complaints. Okay, the next one's the big one. So the client management software. So it took me a long time for me to actually jump in and buy one because I've done my research and I've looked at all the different ones. There's a ton out there. They all do a great job. And I'm definitely old school as far as pen and paper, and I still have like my backup physical folders of their information per client that I like to keep track of, and I'm just a pretty organized person by nature, so I haven't really wanted to spend the money to do that. However, the busier you get, the more it is hard to keep everything organized, and I finally decided that I would like everything in one place instead of having like my tax information here, my scheduling here, my contracts here, where my clients have to click through a whole bunch of links. I really wanted like client hub where they can just come in and see all their files, all our communication in one spot. And so I decided to do HoneyBook. And I love HoneyBook so far. They probably don't appreciate me because I am definitely the person that will contact them if I need help with something or something I could see that could go better. I'm definitely that kind of person. They've always been very kind. Their customer service is great. And I've been pretty happy with them. So they have a scheduler inside. I'll try to do like a preview on the screen. I like it because it has a pipeline of where your clients are within the process of your client journey. So inquiry, follow-up, meeting, etc. So you can see where your projects are. It has a really good like bookkeeping system built in. You can also integrate it with lots of other things like Zoom call and QuickBooks, and it does a good job with trying to integrate things to make your life easier. It has workflows that you can set up and trigger to help you with the client process as well. And I just like that I can click on each client and see everything there and give them a link to that client portal that they can also go in and see all the communication, all the files. It just makes things a lot easier than hunting through emails. And so I really love HoneyBook. If you want to try it yourself, I do have a code down below that'll give you 20% off. So I highly recommend if you just feel like a little frazzled or you want somebody to do the heavy lifting as far as the administration and organization stuff goes, highly recommend HoneyBook. Okay, the next one is kind of unique to my photography business, but I think a lot of other photographers would love this too, is I create slideshows because I do in-person sales, so I create slideshows of all my clients' images that I like to showcase at the start of the in-person sales night. And so to do that slideshow, I use a program called Animoto, and they have different options of depending on how robust you need your videos and what you're using it for. I think I have a pretty basic plan, but I do pay for it because I want a little bit more options. So, but they work great. It's really user-friendly, guys. Really, you don't have to be tech savvy to use it. You just upload your images in one spot. You pick a style that you want and you pick a song, and then it organizes it and creates an MP4 file for you that you can download, which is very important that you can download, and then upload it to whatever device you need to showcase your client's images. I think this is just a really good way to up-level the whole experience for a client, and it's a fun way to go through the photos at once. So highly recommend Animoto. I'm probably saying it weird. Animoto. Next, like I said, I do offer products, so I'm going to go over the photo vendors that I use for my products that I offer. First up is canvases, and oh man, I have been through a lot of canvas companies. Well, I'll admit it, I'm picky. I'm picky with the products. I want it to be high quality for charging as much as I charge to give my client something that will really honestly last forever. So for canvases, I love Artsy Couture. I love that they do a flat back, so full back, and they don't have any sagging. Now, sagging is more traditional for canvases where they just have the frame and then they have the canvas over the frame. So that's kind of a personal preference. I don't particularly like that, so I want it to be very tight. I want the corners to be really tight. I just want it to be very sturdy, and I like that they use really good hardware. And they use black staples on the back, and I just overall like the color that comes out of the canvases, the richness, the texture. They do offer UV coating on it, which I really like, meaning that a client could hang it in the sun and it'll last longer, like on a wall that gets a lot of sun, or they can gently wipe it down with a cloth in case something gets on it, or they can dust it without worrying about ruining it. So that was important to me too. And all my clients really love their canvases, and I haven't got any complaints. So the only thing I will say about Artsy Couture is they're a little bit slow in their turnaround time. Not terrible, but compared to other companies, it'll take a couple weeks to get your canvas. So just be aware of that and make sure you are factoring in those turnaround times when you are shopping around for different photo vendors. And now for my print vendor. So the one I get actual photo prints from, everything else, grad cards, storyboards, all the things, all the physical printing products. I love Pro DPI. So they are a wonderful company. Their pricing is very reasonable. They have free 3-day shipping, which is crazy. I think the minimum order is only $12, and their quality is amazing. And so they have really good customer service. So they were one of the first ones I used, and I've gone through a few other photo places, and none of them were bad, but I just kept going back to Pro DPI. I just like the look of them, and for my personal taste and the way how fast they are turnaround time, I really appreciate them, and so I've been loyal to them ever since. So I really like the Rose software that you use with them. It's really robust, and but it's easy to use. If you guys want a whole video about all that, like how do you actually order prints from a professional lab, if you've never done that before, you would like to see like the software I download and how I upload my images and everything else, I'm happy to do that. Just comment below. Next up is magazines. So anytime I'm printing magazines, usually for marketing material, office supplies, or creating a lookbook is what I call it for my clients, where they put all their images into a magazine. I use MagCloud. MagCloud is great, definitely affordable. Just make sure you're downloading the templates from them so that you have all the bleed lines and all the guidelines. They walk you through where your text should be fitting in, where any other graphics should be fitting in, so you don't get anything cut off that you don't want cut off. So just make sure that you have their templates downloaded so you know the guidelines. But other than that, it's really cool. They have both just saddle stitching, where it's just kind of stapled, and they also have perfect binding, where it's that hard kind of magazine flat kind of spine, which I use most of the time. Okay, last but certainly not least, I wanted to mention the tool I use a lot for marketing materials, PDFs, all those fun things, and that's Canva. If you haven't heard of them before, they're basically a drag and drop designer for you, or like your own personal graphic designer. They have lots of templates already loaded into there. They're really easy to use. There's a great free version to start off with, and guaranteed, if you are creating anything and you don't feel like you're a good graphic designer, this is a great place to start. And there you go. And then you're able to download the high quality images. That's always the most important thing. Even the free version, they allow you to download like print quality PDFs, which I think is fantastic. So if you haven't heard of Canva yet, it'll be your new best friend, I promise. All right, guys, that's my full list of all the different tools and vendors that I use to run my photography business without a team. You know, it's all by myself. And again, I'll have a link in the description box below to each of these if you want to check them out if you're not familiar with them. Let me know in the comments below if you use any of them already, or if there's one that sparked your interest, or if you would like a tutorial of me using any of them. I'm happy to do that. Let me know in the comments below. And as a reminder, again, those mentor sessions are open. If you would like to work with me, fill out that questionnaire below. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.